Hello, my friends. Welcome to a new video, and happy to the 1st of October. Finally, my favorite time of the freaking year. Full on season. Granted, to me, spooky season is every year, but now I can fully embrace it. And what do I mean by that? Watching lots and lots of scary movies. Lot egregious amounts of scary movies. And today is the first of many spooky videos because today we're going to be doing a tier list for one of my favorite horror franchises, one that I grew up with, Paranormal Activity. They might not be the best, but I don't care. If I have fun with a movie and I get scared by it, if it sticks with me, that's all I care about. So if you have fun with the video as well, and if you've seen all the Paranormal Activity videos, leave me with your tier list down below, especially if you don't agree with my ranking, because that's the best part of these. That's the best part. So before we get into the ranking, I have to ask for you guys to like, comment, subscribe, drop a hype down below if you want more people to possibly see this video, and let's jump into it. Okay, so starting things off, of course, is the first movie, the one that started it all, and dare I say, possibly the second scariest in this franchise. I think all of them have their charm, um, but there's just something about the first movie. Like there's just something about that first movie because we don't know what the hell is going on in the video. In the Woo! We don't know what's going on in the movie, but we're still new to it. We don't know all the system like spooks that periodically ramp up. I think Mia is probably the best part of the movie because her boyfriend kind of pissed me off. I will say what's giving this extra points is spoilers. If you had the DVD and you saw the alternate endings, oh, I wish they stuck with some of those because yes, yes. Um, I think this is going. Is it high A or our first S tier? I'm feeling S tier. We'll finalize it at the end if we're not vibing with it. But right now, I think S tier is good. Now, Paranormal Activity 2, the prequel to the first movie. I like what they did with this because it kind of I don't know, it kind of like set the stepping stones for the first movie. Obviously, it's a prequel, but um, I liked the family in this one more than Paranormal Activity 1. There were there were some things in Paranormal Activity 2 that irritated me more than Paranormal Activity 1, but if you know, you know. I do like how they set it up in this, in that um, I think there's just gonna be spoilers for this whole video, just because I'm gonna be talking about the movies as I rank them. But in this one, it's more like security cameras. It, it feels like Five Nights at Freddy's. If I'm being honest, it feels like Five Nights at Freddy's. God, what is that? What is that? Three or four? But when you're inside the house, I want to say it's four. I want to say it's five. It's Five Nights at Freddy's four. But this one I think is going. It's our first A tier, just because it's like setting the events of what's to come. Now, Paranormal Activity 3. Ooh, hoo, 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 hoo. This one, this one is probably my hot take. Probably my favorite one, just because, again, it's another freaking prequel. It's like main one, prequel, prequel. Like why do we need two prequels, one right after another? I don't know, but I'm sad, you know. But this one, we go even further back to when Katie and Christy were kids, and we get to see like what actually started it. Now, what started the events of the first movie, but what started the events leading up to the second movie that lead up to the first movie, and it's more convoluted than what the Saw franchise became. But the scares in this movie um, were so damn good. Trying not to curse as much because you can't curse during the start of the video. Ugh. But what they did in this movie was probably, again, just my favorite of the franchise, because there's like more they can play around with, and we see how, was it Katie or Christy? It was one of them. How they kind of like got, how they started the friendship with Toby, and it just went more and more and more and more and more south, leading up to my. How many times am I gonna say my favorite in this video? Leading up to that amazing climax when we're in the grandma's house. This one, I think this one is going above Paranormal Activity 2. Now, oh boy. Paranormal Activity 4. Um, okay. Uh, where do I begin on Paranormal Activity 4? So, this one takes place after Paranormal Activity 2, and we start with a new family. What? Family? Not totally not totally not related to Katie and Christy at all. I do like what they did with some of the innovation, like using the Xbox Connect. God, how many of y'all remember the freaking Xbox Connect? Using the laptop. But other than that, I don't really like remember much about um, Paranormal Activity 4. Also, wait, no, oh my god. Having the son be having the son be um being the baby from Paranormal Activity 2, that kind of made me go, what the, like, what the, Because, like, I don't think they ever touched upon that. And it kind of, I feel like that's a major plot hole in the movie because, um, like, how did they switch the babies? How did they, like, switch the babies and make it so the kid was connected to the coven without the parents knowing? I don't know. Also, that that ending scene with like the road full of witches, I feel like they needed to delve more into continuing the series instead of two um, instead of two consecutive prequels, because this one had, to me, in my opinion, had so many plot holes. So this one's going C. This one it feels like it's C. C's get degrees, just not in my tier list. Now, this one, Paranormal Activity, the marked ones. Oh boy. This one, I think, has a special place in my heart because I'm a Latino. So having a Paranormal Activity movie with a predominantly Mexican cast, that's like that kind of hit different with me because there's certain things that they do in this movie that I'm like, yeah, yeah, we kind of do that. Um, Also, I think it expands the movie in a way that isn't so freaking confusing. Like having Jesse, I think his name is. Mind you, it has been so long since I've seen these movies. Having Jesse, like, having his mom make a deal with the coven to sacrifice him when he becomes of age. That's like, one, what the fuck? Like, imagine you being in his shoes and finding out that your mom made a deal with a witch coven to sacrifice you for money or power or both. Also, him basically going from thinking he has superpowers and like vlogging it, posting it on YouTube, to him just being like, "Oh, this isn't superpowers. This is me being possessed." I also like how it ties into Paranormal Activity 3 because um, we go back to the grandmother's house at the end. And also, there's just a complete. Wait, no. Oh my god, I just, I just remembered. In this movie, we go back in time to the first movie, and we saw how Mika died. That's right. Oh my god, yeah. Okay. Yeah, 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 yeah. Now I officially know why I love this movie so much. And it's not just because it has a Latino cast. So um this one is going S tier just because of that revelation. Could it be considered confusing and plot and like a plot hole? Maybe. Do I care? No. Now the final two: Paranormal Activity, the Mark to one. Now the final two: Paranormal Activity, the Ghost Dimension, and Next of Kin. Oh boy. For um the Ghost Dimension. Oh boy. I like what they did with it, but I feel like for a send off to the main, like the, I guess the main timeline, it's okay. You know, it's okay. Um, Basically, what happens is this surprise, surprise. We get a new, we get a new family. They move into a new home, or so we think, or so we think, because if I'm not mistaken, the house they move into is Katie and Christie's childhood home from Paranormal Activity 3. And their realtor, again, if I'm not mistaken, was Katie. And what makes this one interesting for me was the family was planted there so their daughter could be indoctrinated into the coven. So it's basically like this long scheme just to fuck over another another family. And I think what gives this movie bonus points was the camera that they found in the house, where you could, as the title says, peer into the ghost dimension. Also, bonus points for this poster. Just going hard as hell. And like with all the other movies that I've talked about, spoiler warning, but this ends with Toby getting a getting a body, like a physical body, and he 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 won. Like he won. Um, he won. he be, he got life. He got a body. He's roaming Earth, and my head canon is that the world ended. Like a demon's walking on Earth. So for that alone, and the fact that I don't rock with it as much as like the first one, the second one, the third one, the marked ones. I think this is our first B because like it's okay. I think that's the best way I can describe it. It's okay. Now, the last one in our ranking video, Paranormal Activity Next of Kin. It's the first one that's not in the main timeline. It kind of pulled a Miles Morales and said, "Nah, I'm gonna do my own thing." And I'm torn because I like that it kind of like deviated and did its own thing. And I think for like if we're judging it on a strictly scary movie, I like it. If it was its own thing, not connected to like not using the Paranormal Activity name, if it was called something else, I think I would. I think okay, fine, I would enjoy it more. But for it being um like I don't want to say connected, but for it being Paranormal Activity next of kin, um, and I don't know, I don't like it as a Paranormal Activity movie. But if it was its own thing, I think I would enjoy it more, if that makes sense. So for that, I think it's our first D rank. So to recap, Paranormal Activity 1, obviously it has to be S tier. It started it. It it's like putting the first Halloween at C tier. Like you just can't do that. The marked ones. This one has a special place in my heart. I like the story. I like the twists. Paranormal Activity 2, our first prequel. Um, it sets up events for the first movie. New new family kind of. Paranormal Activity 3 sets up events for the second movie, which sets up events for the first movie. Um, the ending where we find out the grandmother was a part of the witch coven. It's fun. I like it. Paranormal Activity, Ghost Dimension. Uh, it's it's okay. It's okay. I can still like turn it on, make some popcorn, grab a beer or like a Dr Pepper. I got a fun night. Paranormal Activity 4. This is one where like if it was on, I would watch it. Um, I wouldn't like turn it on myself. And Next of Kin, where I would enjoy it more if it wasn't, if it had a different name and it was just its own thing. I would enjoy it more. Wow, my hair, holy. But but that is my ranking for Paranormal Activity. There's also a secret one called um, Paranormal Activity Tokyo Night, I think. That one's fun. It's like not connected to Paranormal Activity, but I like it because it's it's in Tokyo, and I love like Japanese horror movies, so it's fun. It's fun. I think I would put it. It's B tier. I would put it in B tier. So thank you guys so much for watching. I didn't have my water with me this time, so my throat is killing me. I will catch you guys next time. I hope you have a spooky October um, hot filled with hot chocolate, apple cider, pumpkin pie, all the fall festivities, and I'll see you guys next time.